Welcome back, folks, to the Kerbal space program. Jebediah Kerbin has done all of the experiments he needs to on the Mun, which pretty much entailed trying to eat a sandwich on the surface of the Mun. Rest assured, once he actually got it into his spacesuit, the experiment was a fantastic success. Now we need to get Jebediah Kerbin back to a hero's welcome. Problem with that, though, the hero's welcome is there. On Kerbin. We need to get him there. We can't bring the toppled top with us because it broke, as you can see there, and the leg that had broke off unfortunately started clipping through the moon, so I deleted it. So, rest assured, we must get Jeb back, but with 101 fuel, is that possible? Let's find out. We take off. Raise the landing legs. We don't crash. There we go. And we put on fine controls. Right now we're waiting for a decent-sized apoapsis. About 30,000 meters should be sufficient. Like that. How much fuel do we have left? 73. We should be able to get Jeb back. So we wait a little while. We can now change this back into a ship. It's no longer a lander anymore. Is it? Rename vessel. It's now a ship again. So we wait until we get close to the apoapsis here, and we're going to make a stable orbit. Because if we don't make a stable orbit, we might as well just kiss the efforts to actually get back goodbye, because they won't happen. So, let's start thrusting. Not extensively, because we don't have a lot of fuel. Oh, we might want to extend the retract the ladder. Yeah, just thinking, we might not want that out. It folds back. Next time, put a bit of rung there, Kikoskia. Jeb is thrilled to be on his way back home. We could actually just aim straight up. In fact, that's what I really should do, shouldn't it? But right now, I'm making an orbit. Why? Because I've got the spare fuel. Well, for now, anyway. Watch me run out of fuel and then die horribly. Poor Jeb. He'll be in trouble if that happens. But it shouldn't. As you can see, we are making an orbit. Very slowly. We have plenty of fuel left. 50 litres. At least I hope that's plenty. Yep, see? Making an orbit again. Almost done it, in fact. Almost done it. Which is awesome. And there we go. Congratulations! Jeb will not die horribly at the hands of, well, you know. Jeb won't die horribly at the hands of a terrible orbit. How much fuel do we have left? 35 litres. Well, we have all the time in the world to plan a manoeuvre. That will get us... Well, that's not a good manoeuvre. Let's not do that one. I'm not leaving Jeb out here. I'm not leaving Jeb in the cold confines of space. That is an orbit. That is an orbit. So, let's get into a Kerbal orbit, find the little mark here, and fast forward. Come on, Jeb. I'm not going to abandon you, buddy. You've been through too much, Jebediah. Too much. Hopefully we have enough fuel to get you back home. I hope so. If we don't have enough fuel, we should do. 4, 3, 2, 1, and start slowing down. I don't know how much thrust they expect me to use here. I really don't. Let's hope it's not a lot. So if it's a lot of thrust I require, it's going to suck. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and thrust. Okay, it doesn't require much thrust. That's good. That's good. Doesn't require much thrust at all. Which is good. We just need to decay the orbit enough that we leave orbit with the Mun. Oh, we do not have much fuel. Oh, we do not have much fuel at all. We do not have much fuel. How much fuel? Oh, we're down to our last 25 litres. We're down to our last 25 litres. Stop! We have a Mun escape velocity. And we're going to use this Mun escape velocity. And pow! We are now in orbit of Kerbin. Now, we want to do something really silly. We want to get to here. Get to here as close as I possibly can. Like that. 10 minutes. This is the litmus test, folks. Do I actually have enough fuel to get back? Let's find out. By thrusting. That's not working. That's actually increasing the orbit. Don't know what's going on there. That, for some reason, is decreasing the orbit. Okay, to 6 million. How much fuel do we have? 20 litres. Come on, Jeb. Your family are waiting for you. And they packed your favourite sandwiches. That's reason enough to get home, isn't it? So you get a Mun escape velocity to get to Kerbin orbit, which you don't want to get into any other kind of orbit, like a sun, like a Kerbin escape velocity. Orbiting the sun is cool and all, but it doesn't help you get home, does it? No, it really doesn't. It really doesn't. I'm at 3 million now, and we still have 18 litres. And dropping. Come on. Come on, Jeb. Let's thrust a bit faster. If we run out of fuel, I'm going to be very sad. Very, very sad. But it doesn't look like we're going to. It doesn't look like we're going to. What, 1.5? Oh, this is close. We're down to 10 litres of fuel. 10 litres. Come on, Jeb. Come on! $400,000, 300,000, 200,000, 100,000. And stop. Ha! Oh! With 2.65 litres of fuel to go, we have an orbit that will take us into the sea. That's fine. Sea landing. I could deal with the sea landing. But we did it. That was hair-raising, wasn't it? That was awful. Let's get back home. Is that home? No, that's the moon. We just left that. Where is home? There's home! Okay! Fast forwarded a bit much there. Let's retract the solar panel, shall we? And more importantly, separate off the final part. Because we don't need that anymore. That's just weighing us down. Oh god, we spin really badly here. And we're burning up! But the design of the pod is such that we will survive. It looks like we're landing on land, not, as we originally thought, in the sea. Now I think at about 2,000 meters I'm going to start my parachutes. 3,000. Let's make it 3, shall we? We can't ever fire parachutes too soon, especially when Jeb is concerned. We're now going through the sonic, little mini sonic boom there. We're getting slower and slower. Come on, Jeb. You're so close now, you can almost taste the ground. Do not actually taste the ground. That would be a bit silly. So, Kerbal is here. As in, the Kerbal has returned. Oh, dear word. Did you feel that? Okay, 3,000 meters. I said I'd activate the parachutes at 3,000 meters. And... boom! Parachutes active. Look at how much they slow us down. 2 parachutes clipping through each other. That is more than enough deceleration. I think Jebediah is going to be okay, people. He's gonna be okay. People were worried that Jeb would die in the space program. Well, as you can plainly see, you're wrong. Against all the odds, Jebediah made it to the moon and back, admittedly with a whole 2.5 litres of fuel in his engine, but he made it. And as long as he made it, that's the important thing. Also interesting to note that these parachutes activated 1,000 meters, whereas the smaller parachute activates much, much sooner. And... pop! He's made it! Jebediah is back on Kerbal. Kerbin. And to make sure Jebediah never dies again, because he has succeeded in his endeavour, and we all know he has succeeded, we're going to design a very small vessel. An absolutely tiny little vessel. Why? Because he has survived, it is only fitting that he get the honour of watching the remaining launches without fear of dying horribly. So let us build him a commemorative platform of awesome. Some might say it is little more than a pod on wheels. But to them I say, phooey! Those are some mighty fine wheels. So all we're gonna do is just launch this craft, this tiny little silly rover. And hopefully this won't crash out the... No, it didn't. Jebediah, there he is. The wheels will activate. And all we're going to do is just turn this round. The Kerbals have yet to design a proper orchestra. So, here we go. Just move it off the launch pad, like this. Stop. And Jebediah will EVA onto the planet. I know that's terrifying. I know, Jeb. You're tired. This thing's gonna run you over if I let it. I really shouldn't. Oh dear. Jeb? Oh, he's okay. It's like, I don't care about being run over by a small vehicle. I'm Jebediah. So, we'll end the fight of this. And we go to the tracking station. And now we just have Jebediah Kerbal just stood there. Good going, Jeb. You survived being in my space program. That deserves a medal, but we don't have medals. So instead, you could just look blank and expressionless as other rockets take off. You don't need that helmet, by the way. Kerbal can breathe on Kerbin. So, that was a successful moon landing. And Jebediah is back. But could we maybe build that better? Who knows, folks? Who knows? When we come back, more Kerbal Space Program.